Ever felt like you're running on empty, even when you're doing your best to care for others? Do you find yourself overwhelmed by the emotions of those around you, leaving you feeling drained and maybe even a little numb? It's easy to think you're just not cut out for this, that maybe you're broken or selfish, but let's set the record straight. Feeling emotionally exhausted doesn't mean you're weak or flawed. In fact, it often means you're incredibly empathetic. You care deeply about others, and that's a beautiful thing, but if you constantly absorb the stress and trauma around you, it can lead to burnout. Empathy burnout, also known as compassion fatigue or empathy fatigue, happens when you've absorbed so much of others' emotions that you can't deal with your own anymore. Think of it as your empathy muscles being overworked. You're still the caring, compassionate person you've always been, but right now you're just exhausted from it. With that said, here are some telltale signs you're suffering from empathy burnout, according to experts. A strong sense of responsibility over others' emotions and suffering. Do you feel this after a friend vented to you about their woes? And even though you're not the one going through it, you can't help but feel overwhelmed and powerless. It's natural for empathetic people to feel overwhelmed, especially when they carry a strong sense of responsibility over other people's emotions and suffering. This combination can create a constant barrage of emotional input, making it feel like you're drowning in an ocean of other people's feelings. You may feel powerless because you can't fix everything, and that helplessness can turn into hopelessness. But you don't have to have all the answers. Remember, even therapists and counselors, trained professionals, are taught not to take on the responsibility of fixing their clients, but to support them in their journey. Trying to solve everyone's problems on your own can lead to burnout, as it stretches your emotional resources thin. It's okay to set boundaries and take a step back to focus on yourself when you need it. Feeling emotionally numb or disconnected. Normally, in an emotional crisis, you're the first one to offer a shoulder to cry on. But lately, you find yourself struggling to invest the same amount of time and energy on the problems of those around you. It's not that you don't care, it's that you're emotionally burnt out. It's hard for you to feel much of anything at all these days. According to psychologist Dr. Susan Albers, this feeling of numbness and detachment is both a result of and a defense mechanism against empathizing with people too much. It's your mind and body's way of asking you to take a break and recharge. Isolating yourself from others. When you're always taking on other people's feelings, you might find yourself pulling away from everyone. You may isolate yourself from your friends and family as a way to protect your already overtaxed emotions. When you do spend time with them, you may also struggle with relating to them the way you usually do. Even though you're constantly tuned into others' emotions, you might find it hard to relate to them. It's like being an observer rather than a participant in your own life. You might think, why can't I feel the way they do? But it's not you. It's the emotional overload talking. Feeling angry, sad, or depressed. Feeling angry, irritable, or sad when you're always attuned to the needs of feelings of those around you, it's natural to absorb some of their stress and pain. You might find yourself snapping at loved ones, feeling unusually moody, or just feeling down for no apparent reason. This emotional exhaustion can be closely tied to what's known as vicarious trauma. Vicarious trauma happens when you absorb the traumatic experiences of others, even if you didn't experience them firsthand. According to therapist Eddie Nathan, when you're constantly exposed to others' suffering, your brain can start reacting as if you're experiencing it yourself. Difficulty sleeping or constant racing thoughts. Have you been having trouble sleeping lately? You might find it hard to fall asleep because your mind won't stop racing. After all, empathy burnout doesn't clock out at bedtime. Thoughts about other people's problems, global issues, or even just your own worries can keep you up at night, no matter how hard you try to put it out of your mind. Inability to concentrate or be productive. When you're emotionally exhausted, simple tasks can feel overwhelming. You might find it hard to focus on work or even follow a conversation. It's like your brain is running on low battery and you struggle to think clearly, make decisions, and complete tasks. This can manifest as difficulty focusing, trouble remembering things, and a general sense of mental fog. Empathy burnout isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you've been strong for too long. Constantly absorbing others' emotions without taking time to recharge can lead to this emotional exhaustion. If any of these signs resonate with you, know that you're not alone, and importantly, you're not broken. Empathy burnout is a real thing, and it's okay to acknowledge it. Being a compassionate person is a beautiful trait, but it's crucial to take care of yourself too, okay? Experts recommend setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, seeking support, and cultivating self-compassion as effective strategies in restoring your well-being. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Empathy without boundaries is self-destruction. So, fill yours up first. It's not selfish, it's necessary. So did this video emotionally resonate with you? Share your insights and experiences in the comments down below, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking videos on mental wellness, like how to deal with burnout and 6 struggles only genuine empaths will understand. Don't forget to like and share this video before you go. Thanks for watching.